Whenever a customer asks for a quote, we give him or give her two prices. A price if the device is fixable, and a price if the device is not fixable. We have something called diagnostic repair attempt fee, or the full price if we are able to fix the device. Now the customer can get a quote by sending us an email, log into NorthridgeFix.com, click on contact, or by sending a text message to the number that we have on the website. We stopped accepting phone calls about, I would say, 8 months ago. We stopped accepting phone calls. If you call the phone number on the website, you're going to get a greeting that we are no longer accepting phone calls, and that you can leave a text message, voice message, or send an email. And the reason for that is we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of devices in the queue. If every customer want to call in to ask about the status, we're doing nothing in the office here or in the store but answering phone calls and looking for customers' devices. What's the status? Somebody answers the phone and they come to me. I'm working, I'm soldering. What's the status for John? Who's John? John with the Asus laptop. Which Asus laptop? And then we have to look up the ticket, and then we have to read the notes, and then I have to physically get up and look for the computer. Maybe I forgot what I did with it, or we do not have enough notes on our ticketing system. And then you have somebody else on the second line, and then calls and calls and calls. We are wasting a lot of time just speaking to people on the phone. And then you have others who call to say hi. I saw you on YouTube. I just want to say I'm a big fan. I appreciate that, and I'm not the type of person that do not talk to people when they come in to say hi. I do talk, but if I want to answer calls all day, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Or I just want to tell you that I enjoyed your videos. I really do not have time for that when I'm working, soldering, and I'm doing delicate work. And then you have others who call in to ask how they can fix their own laptop. I have an HP laptop. It doesn't power on. And then we listen because we think the customer want to get a quote. And I'm wondering, what should the MOSFET measure on the gate, or what value capacitor should I replace? We're not a free school where people can call in and we give you information and you can use that information to fix your device. This is a business. So for those three reasons, we stopped accepting phone calls. And the fourth reason also is when we answer phone calls, we do not have a written record of what happened between us and the customer. We can go back to the voice recordings, but that's a hassle. When we answer emails or text messages, those are searchable. I can search by the name of the customer, I can search by the phone number, I can search by the email, and we can see the history of what went on between us and the customer. And for that reason, we stopped taking phone calls. We can do a lot more when we are not taking calls, and there's somebody who's dedicated on answering emails, answering text messages, customer support, voicemails, RMAs, and all that stuff. So I just wanted to get this out of the way. Now, repair attempt. Some customers ask, why do you charge a repair attempt if the device is not fixable? We charge a repair attempt for two reasons. Let's say we got in a PlayStation 5 that needed a HDMI connector replacement. And the HDMI connector has about 10 ripped pads because somebody else worked on it and they ripped those traces from the board. So for us, we get the PlayStation in. We have to disassemble the PlayStation or the Xbox or whatever device we are working on. The board is put on my bench. I have to, you've seen videos, I have to restore all the pads, all the traces, and that takes a lot of time. And then we have to solder a new HDMI connector. And after doing all that, we may plug it in and the console is still not working. Not because of an HDMI connector. HDMI connector is bad. We fixed the HDMI connector, but the console turned out to have some other issue that we are not able to figure out. You know that we cannot get circuit diagrams or board diagrams for PlayStation 5s or Xbox Series X or whatever the case may be. So we try our best to figure out why is this console still not working, but sometimes we come to a conclusion that we're not able to fix that device. I spent maybe 2 hours, 3 hours working on that console. Big boss, he spent the time to disassemble and reassemble and test and all that stuff. Who's paying for that time? If we work on 2, 3, 4 devices a day like that, who's paying for that time? So anytime a customer requests a quote, we give them two prices. It's going to cost you that much money if we are able to fix the device, or it's going to cost you that much money if we work on it. We spend the time, but we are not able to fix your device. The second reason why we charge a repair attempt fee, so we can eliminate garbage. Eliminate garbage. What do I mean by eliminate garbage? We get a lot of mailings every day. A lot of mailings. The mailman, post office comes in with a lot of mail. UPS comes in with a lot of mail. FedEx comes in with a lot of mail. Even DHL comes in. DHL is the least of the three, but we do get a DHL package every once in a while. If we do not charge a repair attempt fee, then somebody who worked on this phone, they destroyed the living crap out of that phone, and they tell you, you know what, I'll send it to him. Let him try. I'm not losing anything. If he doesn't fix it, he'll just send it back to me. No. You have to know, if you send this to us and we work on it, or even not work on it, even just diagnose that device, you're going to be charged a repair attempt fee. So either send us something good or do not send anything at all, because it's going to be a waste of time for us to diagnose the device, and then it's going to be a waste of time for us to go back on the ticketing system, and we have to explain to you why we did not work on this device. Then you're going to reply back, and then we're going to reply back to you, blah 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 blah. All of that is a waste of time. We want you to send something that we can fix. We do not want you to send something that was at 3-4 other repair shops before. They destroyed the board, and then you hope that we're going to spend the time on it and work on that board for free. If we do that, we're going to get a lot of junk in the store here, and we're going to do nothing but look at junk, communicate with the customer about their junk, and waste time packaging that junk and send that junk back to the customer. It's all a waste of time. When you know there's a repair attempt fee, you're going to stop sending stuff like that into our shop. I just want to show you that iPhone motherboard that we got into our shop today. The customer mailed over 2 boards because he's a smart guy. The customer is a smart guy. And he thought, you know what, I'm going to include a donor board because we can use his donor board to fix this board. Okay? I'm assuming that's a donor board. I'm going to show you what the customer wrote in the ticket. So the customer is doing us a favor by sending this very nice board, and he's sending this board here. And what does the customer write? Let's read together. The customer wrote iPhone motherboard without the D. It doesn't matter. I can figure it out. Motherboard. Okay? What's wrong with the motherboard? Device is iPhone 8. What's wrong with the motherboard? What are we doing? Connectors. That's it. Connectors. We are doing connectors. Great. iPhone's motherboard, we are doing connectors. Which one? Which one? Are we doing it on this? Are we doing it on this? What's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of that? We have no clue. We have no idea. More waste of a time. We have to communicate with the customer. What connector? Is it the FEC connector? Is it the home button connector? Is it the charge and flex connector? Is it the battery connector? Is it the wireless? 6 million connectors on that board. Connector. Connectors with the S. So because of the red sticker on this board, I'm assuming that this is a donor board. Okay, so let's not look at the donor board. Let's put it on the side. Let's look at this one here. That looks pretty messed up, but you know, the weather maybe the weather messed it up. Okay, we're gonna think positive. Let's take a look at this board to see what's going on. Okay, let's take a look. Are you kidding me? What am I looking at? Is that a motherboard? What is this? What is this? Hiroshima. Hiroshima. Somebody's gonna get offended by the word Hiroshima. It's okay, you can get offended. Hiroshima. This is Hiroshima, the real Hiroshima. The other one is the fake one. This is the real one. Connectors. What about the 6 million components that you have missing on the board? Okay, what about the 6 million components that you have missing everywhere? What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? What about... Are you kidding me? You think we're gonna work on this? You think we're gonna spend time working on this, and then we tell you we could not fix it, we're gonna send it back to you. Have a nice day, and we hope that you're gonna come back to us again. Okay? No. No. We're gonna talk bad about you when you send something like this. Let's flip the board. Look at what's going on here. Aside from this, okay? Let's keep going. The shield was removed before. What's going on inside here? What's going on under here? Wow. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Okay? And look at this one here. The shield was removed from this part of the board also. Look at this. Some really high quality flux here. Look at this. Straight from Mars. This flux came straight from Mars. Look at this. And what did the customer write? Connectors. iPhone motherboard, connectors. Without the D. It's okay. Spelling mistakes happen. But the customer wrote connectors. What does he think? We are stupid? We're not going to see this? We're going to replace the connectors and tell him, here, we changed the connectors for you? What's wrong with people? We're going to charge the customer a bench fee. We also call it diagnostic, repair attempt. We did not do any repair, but it's part of the package. Diagnostic, bench fee, repair attempt fee. And the repair attempt fee or diagnostic fee, it ranges from $35 to $125 depending on the complexity of the device. If we got one of those old Asus laptops, the 16-inch thick laptop, and we have to open it, it takes a lot of time. To reassemble it, it takes a lot of time. To diagnose the board, it takes a lot of time. We charge the maximum value for the repair attempt. But on this one here, we're going to be nice. We're going to charge the customer $35 for the repair attempt, and we're going to charge them for the return shipping. If the customer does not want them anymore, it's all right. We can just use them as donor boards. So that's the reason why we charge a repair attempt fee. Short video, I know. I have a lot of repair videos in the queue, but we will post those later. That's it. Let me know what you think. Leave it down in the comments, and I will see you again in the next video.